everyone, it's me again. Today I'm going to talk about my love story with books. Everyone's got one, and I thought I'd share mine so I can show you where my passion for books came from and how I got to this point. So, like most of you, I loved reading as a kid. When I was really little, all the normal books. I remember it really exploded in first grade because we had this reading competition, and me and this kid, a friend of mine that I actually grew up to be good friends with, got into it, and it was like, just as many books you complete. Of course, it's first grade, so it's not like it's complicated books or anything. But yeah, we was kind of pushing in. That led to second grade when I wanted the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for my birthday, and my mom's friend got it for me. It actually wasn't the one everyone else had, and I had the other editions, the normal editions for all the other versions, but for the Sorcerer's Stone, I had the, may have been mass market, I'm not sure. It was shorter, it was blue, I don't know, I love the edition. I want to get it just because it's kind of like the first book I remember. So yeah, I tore through that, and then my mom got me the rest of them, and I read through them as fast as possible, of course, and this is how I always date myself when I'm talking to people, how old I am. I read all the Harry Potter books, but there were only 4 at the time. So that tells you how old I am. But yeah, and then the next year, it just continued because I was at, I don't know if everyone knows about this. My schools, I went to a lot of different schools, but they all had AR points. And I was in a school in Kentucky in 3rd grade, and they had it, if you got so many AR points each week, then on Friday, you could leave for the last 2 hours of class, 2.5 hours, whatever it was, and go watch a movie. So that was great incentive to read. So I did all this reading, read all different kinds of books, and then I ended up moving back to Tennessee, which is where I grew up, spent most of my life, and I don't know, I just had a weird falling out going into 4th grade, and I think it corresponds with me starting to play sports. So then I spent middle school and high school playing football, and then a little basketball towards the end. So it's just like a sports guy, sadly. I know, it's depressing. But for some reason I just stopped reading, and I wasn't sure. It wasn't like a point in time where like I could be like, oh, I'm done reading. It just slowly slipped away. And then when I got to college, like most people, I went through a lot of changes and as a person and all that good stuff, and I started reading again, and I forgot how wonderful it was. I was just really sad one time, and I bought this one little book, and it was kind of corny, but it was just happy, and it was like traveled through France, and so I enjoyed that. It's a little bookshop in Paris, but yeah, so I mean, it's not something I normally read, but it's just like, it was a sad book in its way, but also just traveling through France, and it just made me happy at the time. And then bam, it just exploded again. I started reading nonfiction and fantasy and everything possible again. So that's how I came back to where I am now. And like most people, reading does things for me. It's hard to explain. It's a wonderful place to escape. It's also this weird thing because it's something you enjoy so much, but sometimes you just can't do it. I have to be in the right mindset, like I'm sure most of you do, to actually read. And that's the part that's sad sometimes when, like, I'm in a little bit of a slump now. I'm hoping the YouTube channel will actually keep me going. It's just so sad when there's something so accessible that you have plenty of to do it and make you happy, but you just still don't do it. And yeah, doesn't mean instead you sit and stress about other things. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But yeah, books bring me more joy than anything in the world, except maybe my little dogs down here that you can't see. I'll have to show you them sometime. Well, little dogs, big dogs. But anyway, yeah, so that's kind of my love story with books. I would love to hear yours. The first series you read, like I said, mine was Harry Potter, of course. I feel like they hit me at that perfect age. Like the 2nd grade, I read all the books, and then the first movie came out when I was 12 and Harry was 12 or whatever the age was, so it was like perfect timing. They got all my money. And of course I love The Hobbit, so I read that. I'm trying to think of other big I like the idea of them. and I've seen the movie, and the movies are okay. I've never read the Witch in the Wardrobe series. And I thought about going back, even though I know it's like younger than just reading it, because I've always heard so many good things about it, because I know that's a lot of people's favorite like series as a kid. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, what is your love story with books? How did you get here? Did you have a big breakup like I did? Hopefully you found yourself, hopefully you guys found each other again. And yeah, let me know your story in the comments. See you next time.